Scenes play behind Michael. This is a fan audio description of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 by Insomniac Games. The two Spider-Men, Peter and Miles, pose on a red background. Peter wears a blue and red outfit with a white spider emblem on his chest and white accents. Black oily tendrils wrap around his left arm as he shoots a black thread. Miles wears a black outfit with a red spider emblem on his chest and red web accents. His left hand sparks with blue electricity as his other hand shoots a white thread. More scenes play behind me. I know there's an audio description patch planned for December, so I realize a lot of players are waiting until then, but I wanted to practice before the official release as a test of what and how I'm describing compared to the actual audio description. But we'll see how much I get done before then. A transcript and captions are available. An arrow points to the closed captions button. Scenes from previous games.
Hey, Pete. I'm working on a college application, and it says I gotta tell them about myself.
More like sell yourself. It's the worst.
You got any advice?
Well, take me. Hi, I'm Peter Parker. I'm 25 years old, I have a bachelor's degree in biophysics, and I'm in love with the greatest woman ever.
Peter and MJ in a restaurant.
Humble brag.
Who is the best journalist in this city.
Word. Go, MJ.
I try to live up to the example set by the other greatest woman ever, my Aunt May.
Humble brag again. Damn.
And a while back, I was bitten by a radioactive spider and got superpowers.
I can't put that in my essay.
Hey, I'm laying the track as I drive the train.
Peter swings through the city.
I've used my powers to help the city and stop a lot of people who wanted to hurt it. Like my mentor, Dr. Otto Octavius. His lab got shut down by an old colleague, Norman Osborn. Otto retaliated by releasing a bioweapon. In the end, I managed to stop Otto, but not without great cost.
May and Ben Parker's headstones.
That was pretty good. But I'm no Peter Parker.
Exactly. You're Miles Morales. You're 17 years old and a student at Brooklyn Visions Academy. What else?
I guess I help out with my mom's work in Harlem every now and then.
Rio campaigns.
She's Councilwoman Rio Morales. And there is a girl I like who's spectacular and inspiring, and I think is one of the best artists in the city.
Miles signs to Haley.
And I also got bitten by a radioactive spider that gave me superpowers. I learned how to be a Spider-Man from the OG.
Rhino charges them.
But I learned how to be a hero from my dad.
Jefferson smiles.
He was killed by Martin Lee
The stage explodes.
in the City Hall bombing. The good I try to do every day is the good my dad planted in me.
Miles rescues a civilian.
But it's been hard. Even with superpowers, sometimes we can't save the people we love, no matter how hard we try.
An explosion.
A hero's someone who doesn't give up, though. And I don't plan to. I don't know, man. I can't talk about me without talking about Spider-Man.
Sure you can. You just have to... Yeah, why don't you just start another draft?
Miles and Peter pose midair. Fade to black. Marvel, Spider-Man 2. Bathed in green light, Harry stares at a black viney octopus-like object floating in fluid in a human-sized pod. Text, 2 years ago. A door slides open and Norman strolls into the lab. A man with an amputated right arm walks over to Harry. The right sleeve of his lab coat is rolled and pinned to the body of his coat. Harry hands the man, Doc Connors, a tablet. Connors steps back to a computer. Norman pauses behind Harry.
Be ready. Are you good?
Harry's gaze remains on the octopus-like creature in the pod.
Promise me something.
Anything.
Norman looks on with concern.
If this doesn't work,
Harry turns to face his father.
take me out.
Norman gives a slight nod.
It'll work.
I don't have a lot of time left. I want a chance to say goodbye.
Norman places a hand on Harry's cheek.
I'm not going to lose you. I will never let you go.
Oily black vines snake from Norman's arm and wrap around Harry. Fade to black. Harry's eyes shoot open. He's in the fluid. The pod's shutter slams shut. A clock ticks. Text, present day. Miles sits in a classroom on his laptop, looking at a college application for Empire State University. Haley sits in front of him.
We have a bell for a reason.
Miles and Genki fist bump.
Take your seats.
Miles signs, "What's up?" to Haley.
I'm here!
Peter slows.
Good morning, class. We have a new teacher joining us today.
The principal looks at her watch. The principal glances back as she leaves.
Hi.
Peter sets his backpack on the desk.
My name's Pete, Mr. Parker. And we are all very lucky today, because this is physics class, and physics is awesome.
Miles points to his shirt collar. Peter turns and buttons his collar, hiding the Spider-Man uniform.
Ever wonder how some insects and birds and reptiles...
Miles
can
wipes
just
his forehead.
roll right across the
He
pond?
looks toward the window. Sand streams
Keywords.
past.
Surface
He
tension.
bolts up.
Bathroom? Okay.
Miles gives Peter a subtle nod as he briskly walks out of the classroom.
Now, surface tension is all about cohesion. Okay? Now,
Particles of sand float around the room.
surface tension.
Another student looks toward the open window.
As the force exerted parallel
The
to
student
surface
rises
of a
and
liquid,
closes the window.
F
Sand
divided
settles by
the
students'
length,
feet.
L of the line over which the force acts. Can anybody?
I need your help.
Mr. Morales, is it? Are you sure this isn't something you can handle yourself?
I'm sure.
Miles nods.
Okay, class. Read chapter 4 or
Peter
5,
scurries out into the hallway.
Miles, I need this job. If the principal comes back and sees I'm gone, I'm gonna get fired.
I know, but you gotta see this.
They leap from floor to floor in a stairwell. On the roof of Brooklyn Visions Academy,
Marco, why today?
a giant cloud of sand engulfs part of the city.
I'm so getting fired.
Peter and Miles strip as they quickly hop and stumble to the roof's edge. They don their masks and dive off. They soar through the air. As Spider-Man Peter,
Principal Evans already hates me for being late this morning.
Bro, I told you to be on time.
It's fine. We'll be back before we know it.
Good, because I had my college application review with the school counselor.
Oh, you finished your essay?
Haven't started.
Oh, well, let's get to the city and take care of Marco quick then.
Peter swings through the city following a helicopter.
Hey, MJ.
Hey guys, you might want to get downtown fast.
Swinging through Brooklyn. Jameson had you on the ground for the bugle?
Still can't believe old Triple J is your new boss.
Really loving the new regime.
You'll whip him into shape in no time. So, what's up with Marco? It's been years since our last showdown.
According to witnesses, he was running down Broadway yelling nonsense. They say he seemed angry and paranoid, delusional. He just exploded.
Man, hopefully we can calm him down.
I've seen people lose control like this. Be careful.
Good thing there are two Spider-Men now.
Good luck.
Thanks, MJ.
Might need the new tech we've been cooking up too.
No way. They're untested. Barely prototypes.
But you brought them, right?
No comment.
Swinging into the sandstorm, Peter and Miles pass a destroyed building.
Look out!
Peter dodges a flying fire truck.
You okay?
Yeah, but I think we found him. Marco!
The colossal Sandman throws objects at Peter.
What the? That's Sandman?
MJ wasn't kidding. We gotta help him before he hurts someone. Or himself. Maybe he's hungry. Should toss the big guy a snack.
Peter narrowly avoids Sandman's attacks.
Let's send that debris right back to him!
What's the plan?
Keep him busy! I got an idea!
Peter dives feet first at Sandman's ginormous head and gets stuck in his nose.
Oh crap!
Sandman plucks Peter out and squeezes his sandy fist. Sandman opens his hand. Peter sits in his massive palm.
Still angry after all these years, Marco? You should try yoga!
Sandman grips his fist and hurls Peter through an office window.
Must be more of a Pilates guy.
Sandman swipes at Peter, who gracefully vaults through his open fingers.
That was your idea?
Never said it was a good one!
Several large sand hands crawl after Peter as he sprints to the office.
Teach physics! Have awkward conversations in the teacher's lounge!
Peter dives feet first through gigantic Sandman's grasp.
It's gonna be okay!
Peter grabs a dangling civilian. Swinging, Peter carries the person while dodging Sandman's punches.
Think you can sign for this delivery? It's coming in hot! I'm there!
Peter tosses the person out a window,
I got him!
and Miles swings by and grabs them. A sandy fist punches Peter into another hallway.
Mini Marcos? I wish I could do that.
Many Sandmen rise up and attack.
Set Mr. Airstick down, but not before he barked on my suit.
He's not the only one. Sandman just puked out some new friends.
What the? He can do that?
Apparently. Need you now.
Mr. Parker,
I'm sorry, who's this?
Principal Evans.
Of course, Principal
All students have evacuated their classroom. Where are you?
Several Sandmen pile onto Peter.
Mr. Parker!
I just forgot something in my car.
They fall to a lower level.
What was that?
Nothing. I'm just.
4 mechanical arms burst from Peter's back.
It worked. I mean, I'm just running back right now.
Get back here and supervise your students, or else.
That does not sound good.
Almost there. How you holding up?
Miles? Principal Evans called.
Oh, man. Am I getting expelled?
Hey, you're just cutting class. I abandoned students during a citywide emergency.
Yeah, you're screwed.
The large Sandman grabs Peter. A sandy flint Marco forms on the arm and strolls over to the captured Spider-Man.
Sandman!
I always hated that name.
I know you're angry at me.
This has nothing to do with you. Leave me alone!
I want to help you. But it's gonna hurt first.
Peter webs a pipe and water cascades onto Marco. The Titan-sized Sandman reels back, releasing Peter. Peter leaps forward, and one of Sandman's hands swats him. Peter slams into the ground, and Sand hands pull him under. Peter reaches out as his hands sink. Miles swings by, yanking Spider-Man out of the sand dune.
Guess he wasn't happy to reconnect.
Yeah, he's not really the nostalgic type.
They split through the standstill.
Let me go, or I'll kill you.
Now is Miles.
He's not listening. We gotta turn it up a notch.
Ow!
He hates water. His shoulder's already wet.
Bet he's not a big fan of electricity then either.
Read my mind.
Charged up, Miles slams into Sandman's right pet. Sparks explode as the area crystallizes.
Felt that all right. We need more water, though.
I'll hit him with webs while I get Sparky.
I'll keep the water flowing in the meantime. He's done. Take your shot.
Miles webs the giant's face and yanks boulder-sized chunks out, slamming them back into his face.
Somebody order some water.
A water tank shatters on Sandman's left shoulder. Miles lands a charged punch, crystallizing and severing the arm from the body.
Spider-Man, watch out!
Sandman catches Miles and chucks him through the city. Miles crashes through a building and into part of a city unaffected by the sandstorm. Miles webs some buildings
You okay? I'm working on it.
and slingshots himself back into the storm.
lost you there.
Can't get rid of me that easy. Time for Genki to work his magic. Genki, you there?
Dude, nuts.
I know, man. But listen, we need a big water source by Wall Street.
Let me check the grid. Stay safe, dude. You too, Mr. Parker.
Will do.
Wait, what? He knows?
Genki knows all. Plus, we were super weird in class earlier.
Knew I never should have taught at a gifted school.
A water tank slams into Sandman's face.
Give him today's forecast, Spider-Man.
100% chance of rain.
Miles charges.
Got him right where we want him.
He and Peter soar towards Sandman. Miles explodes to the back of Sandman's head.
Guys, the water tank on the Matheson building should do the trick. We're talking 10,000 gallons here.
Got it. Thanks, Genki.
Should have stayed away, spiders.
The two Spider-Men sprint up a building.
Still think we got him right where we want him?
Sandman climbs after
I
them.
admit I may have spoken too soon. And he's definitely getting bigger.
Just keep climbing. We're so close.
The water tank.
The Spider-Men land on the roof. Sandman lunges upward and slams his hand on them. Miles falls below, landing in sand. A HUD glitches. HUD reboot loading. Complete.
Spider-Man?
Marco rises up in front of Miles.
I just wanted to live normal, like everyone else.
More appear.
This isn't the way, Marco.
For a guy like me, there is no other way.
Marco dissolves.
This is getting out of hand. Pete, what happened?
I ended up outside. Just keep going up and I'll meet you at the roof. That water tank's our only shot.
Where are you, Pete?
Get back here.
Stay inside!
Sandman's fist punches through a window.
Guess he's busy. It's gonna be a long day if we don't get that water tank.
The ceiling collapses over Miles.
Keep it moving, Miles.
He crawls through the wreckage.
I just wanted a regular life.
You can still have one!
It's too late now.
Oh, man! Why couldn't Marco just make sandcastles instead? Ma, everything okay? How much Pete?
I know. You're on every channel. I'm heading downtown to help coordinate resources and supplies. Is Genki covering for you at school?
He is. But I got this meeting with my counselor later, and the principal thinks that I'm...
I can talk to your principal, but New York needs you right now.
Coolest mom ever.
And please, be careful. Te quiero, mijo.
Like Ma said, can't let New York down.
You're only making it worse for yourself, Marco!
I don't care.
Sandman's fist bursts through a far window, knocking Miles down.
Wish I could just write about this for my essay. I'd get into any college I wanted. Or Spider-Man would. Right. Brainstorm later, Miles. Focus.
How's it going, Spider-Man?
Almost there.
The water tank's ours!
Sandman rips the roof off with the water tank on it.
Actually, it's his now.
Miles lands and skids on the roof.
Hey, sorry, what'd I miss?
Sandman tilts it.
He's trying to eat me!
Peter webs Miles, pulling him back up.
Let's give him a drink instead!
Miles lands and kicks the water tower over. Water drenches Sandman. He dissolves.
Did we do it?
Miles and Peter gaze at the cloud of sand below. Debris and sand tumble to the street. A whirlwind of sand swirls upward.
Nope.
Peter gets swept into the spiraling sand.
Pete!
The sand streams across the East River.
Break out the new toys!
The suit's last software patch wasn't stable, but
Here goes nothing!
Peter plummets toward the water. He spreads his arms and small web wings form from the armpits of the suit.
The web wings? They're flying!
But we're not out of this yet! Marco's at Pier 4 Beach!
What happens if he gets all that sand?
Think he just did! Gonna need you ASAP, Miles!
Yeah, I see him all right. I'm right behind you.
Miles? Miles!
Peter gets caught in a sandy vortex, dodging buildings, containers, and other objects.
What did I just get myself into? You gotta calm down, Marco! Innocent people are in danger!
You care about them, but not me.
Sandman throws sand tornadoes.
They wouldn't listen to Marco, but they can't ignore Sandman.
Peter swerves around them. Peter flies at Sandman's face. He's struck by a bolt of lightning. He tumbles and skids across the sand. A streak of light lands in front of Peter.
Miles! One and only.
Miles holds out his hand and they grip wrists. Sandmen rise up.
Any ideas?
An antenna sparks, zapping the minions, crystallizing their bodies. They shatter and more Sandmen form.
Yeah. Class is back in session.
Class?
Marco's storm is generating a lot of electricity! What happens to the surface tension of sand if you turn up the voltage?
Oh, you're right. Like when I shocked the minis.
A+! You absorb enough energy, I'll shoot it right at him!
You want me to get hit by lightning?
Can you handle it?
Only one way to find out. You're done. Bro, how exactly are you gonna redirect a lightning bolt?
Like you said, gotta break out the toys!
Now or never, Spider-Man! Time to move!
Peter and Miles soar toward Sandman, avoiding flying objects.
Why won't you just give up?
Because we promised to protect this city!
Peter webs Sandman's eyes. As Peter swings around Sandman's head, he's hit by lightning. Miles webs Peter, dropping him on a flying truck. As Miles swings around Sandman, he absorbs electricity. Sandman smashes the truck, and Peter leaps to a flying platform. Miles dives and lands behind Peter.
We good?
Peter's mechanical arms emerge.
We're good!
Miles charges the backpack. The arms thrust forward, shooting a beam of electricity into Sandman's chest. It splits the Titan vertically, slicing through his head. The crystallizing Sandman tumbles and explodes. The Spider-Men dive into the water. Sand covers part of the city, forming a beach. They surface.
I have sand everywhere.
And swim toward the shore. Now a human, Marco pounds on the clear containment window.
Marco, it's gonna be okay.
I haven't been okay for a long time.
If you need help, all you have to do is ask.
Marco shakes his head.
You're the ones who are gonna need help when they come for you.
The container rises into the air.
Come for us.
Peter and Miles gaze upward. The police helicopter and container fly away. Fade to black. Text, 6 months ago. Light streaks through a dark jungle. A muscular, tattooed man stalks through the lush foliage. He kneels by a leaf with splotches of red liquid on it. He taps it with his finger and tastes it. He glances around cautiously. His eyes narrow, and he pulls out a serrated hunting knife.
You grow slow in your old age, Sergei.
He stalks toward a shadowy figure. He stabs the figure. With a confused expression, he holds up a jacket.
A fate you will not share.
Kraven looms behind the man. The tattooed man swipes at Kraven. Kraven grabs the man by his neck. Kraven effortlessly twists the man's hand holding the knife.
I've been in your shadow for hours, but you sense nothing. Pathetic.
The man's expression tenses. Kraven snaps the man's neck. He tosses the limp body aside. Behind Kraven, more hunters emerge from the shadows.
I asked for an equal. And this is what you find.
Sir, perhaps a new hunting ground.
One holds out a tablet. A digital image of New York forms. Icons of various individuals appear. Black Cat, Prowler, Wraith, Tombstone, Sandman, Vulture, Lizard, Taskmaster, and others appear. The corner of Kraven's mouth turns upward.
Light the fires. The great hunt begins.
Kraven turns and follows the hunters away. The view moves up to look at the light streaming through leaves. A title appears. Marvel, Spider-Man 2. Fade to black. Comic style boxes appear next to me. If you have any feedback on the audio description, transcript, or captions, please let me know. If you'd like to check out my other audio described videos, click the link to the right or in the description below. My name is Michael, and my pronouns are he, him. Thanks for watching.